Let us try one more numerical. This numerical says that there is a vector A and there is another vector B. We have to prove that these vectors are perpendicular to each other. This can only be done if you know that two vectors, if they are having an angle between them, let's say there's a vector A and there's a vector B, and they have an angle between them, let's say theta. So these two A and B's can be multiplied to each other, and the multiplication can be done in two ways. So one is dot product and the other is cross product. In dot product, we multiply the magnitudes of A and B, and at last we multiply them with the cos of the angle between them. And in cross product, we again multiply the magnitudes of A and B, but we multiply this time with sine of the angle between them. And at last we also find the dot product of this value with the normal to the vector A and B, a normal which is perpendicular to both vector A and B. So the solution, the answer of cross product is a vector and the answer of a dot product is a scalar. Whenever you see this type of question, you always try to use dot product. Try to use dot product as much as possible, because when you use dot product, you will be saved with this unit vector that comes in cross product. Cross product, as you already know, is a little bit tedious to find out, and dot product is way simpler. So whenever some angle calculation is required in some question, it's better that you find out the dot product and you use the procedure of finding dot product. So the formula, finally I'll write it down again, is this: A dot B is equals to A magnitude into B magnitude into cos of theta. Now this theta, if this theta is equals to 90 degree, we have to prove this, but let's say if this theta is really equals to 90 degree, the multiplication of this A and B, the dot product of this A and B would be 0, because cos 90 degree is 0. So let us try multiplying A and B with the dot product method. So you know that while finding the dot product, what we do, we multiply only the coefficients that have the same direction. So in vector A, 4 is attached with AX, and vector B has coefficient 1 with AX, then plus minus 2 from A vector and 4 from B vector, then minus 1 from A vector and minus 4 from B vector. So finally multiplying these two, 4 into 1 is 4, then this should be minus 8 and this will be plus 4. So the answer would be 0. So hence it is proved that if the dot product is 0, that means this theta would also be 90 degree, and theta is equals to 90 degree means this is not the case. We have something like this here, that A is perpendicular to B, and that's how it is proved. Let us see another numerical. This numerical asks that there are two vectors A and B, and we have to find out the angle between them. And smaller angle here means acute angle. So there are two ways to find out the angle between two vectors. Either you can use the formula for dot product or the cross product. So it's written that we have to use both the dot product and cross product formulas in this question. So using the dot product formula, what we can do is we can write cos theta is equals to A dot B divided by magnitude of A multiplied by magnitude of B. Similarly, with cross product we can write sin theta is equals to A cross B divided by again magnitude of A multiplied by magnitude of B. The difference here we should notice is that the right hand side of this cos theta term will all be scalar. The numerator is scalar and the denominator is obviously scalar. So your answer will be something 0 point something, and you will find theta is equals to cos inverse of that quantity, and you will get some angle in degrees. But in sin theta term, you can see that A cross B in numerator will result in a vector quantity. So with a vector quantity we cannot find sin inverse. So to make it a scalar, we have to find the magnitude in the numerator as well. So let us apply this. Let us do it step by step. In finding dot product of A and B, let us do this. 5.8 multiplied by minus 6.93. Then we'll write plus 1.55 multiplied by 4, and the answer will be, I'm writing directly, you can verify the calculation, 33.99. And when you find cross product of A and B, you'll have to use the determinant method because there is no easier method than this. In the second row, we'll write the coefficients of vector A, that is 0, 5.8 and 1.55. And in the third row, we'll write 0, minus 6.93 and this 4. Now, we know that in finding out the cross product, we fix one coefficient, and by fixing this we'll find the cross product of this submatrix. So first we multiply the left top element from the bottom element, and then we multiply the bottom element with the right top element. So in this way, to find out the coefficient of AX, what we'll do, we'll multiply 5.8 with 4, then minus, and this minus will become plus because the next term will have a single minus term. So 1.55 multiplied by 6.93, and this complete multiplication and addition, this corresponds to direction AX. Now in the effort to find out the coefficients of, you'll have to multiply these two zeros with the rightmost elements. Then to find out AX, you have to cross multiply again these zeros with the central elements. So the coefficients of AY and AZ will result in 0. So we don't need to find the coefficients of AY and AZ. So we'll finally write the answer of this, and it will be 33.94 AX. We need the magnitudes of both A and B in both the cases. So finding the magnitude of A, you will have to find out the square of 5.8 plus square of 1.55, and the answer will be approximately 6. It will come 36 point something, and we'll write it approximately 6. Now finding the magnitude of B, you will have to do the square root of minus 6.93 whole square plus 4 square, and the answer would be approximately 8 because it comes 64 point something. So now let us start applying the formula that we decided. The formula was, first of all, using the dot product. Cos theta is equals to A dot B. A dot B is what? Minus 33.99. And because it's the magnitude, we can skip this minus sign. We can delete it right now. And divide it with 6 cross 8, 6 into 8, and the answer would be 0.71. And to find out the angle, we will have to do cos inverse of 0.71, and it would be 45.23 degree. In the same way, using the cross product, we'll have to write sin theta is equals to A cross B magnitude, these both are vectors, divided by A magnitude into B magnitude. So A cross B was how much? It was around, let's scroll back again. It was 33.94, yes. So we'll write 33.94 divided by 6 8s are 48, and it will again be around 0.71, and theta is equals to sine inverse of 0.71 will be again 45.23 degrees. So we already knew that the answer would be similar, because if there are two vectors which are having the same angle between them, they are fixed, they are not moved, either you use dot product or you use cross product, your answer should be similar. If in this type of question your answer is not coming same, that means you might have been doing something wrong. So remember to find out the magnitude here in this cross product formula. Right now in our question it had only this AX component here, so we didn't need to find out the magnitude in the traditional way. If it had both AX, AY, AZ, all the three components, we would have to do the under root of first coefficient square, then second coefficient square, and then third coefficient square. But in this example we didn't have to do this because it had only one coefficient, and only one coefficient, it can be written directly because you'll find the square of this and again under root, so this it will result in 33.94 again. So these two questions involved the dot product and cross product formula in two different ways. So I hope that you understood what the two questions that I taught here. So I'll see you in the next video with some more questions. Thank you.